the dangerous blade of hope stabs your chest again and again. Could it possibly be true? And if it is, where is she? What could have kept her from coming home for so long? And who is this blackbird, and why would they sneak you this note? So many, many questions. It is a pity you will have to contemplate them later, for you are already running late for your evening plans. It takes you a moment of recovery post-dinner fiasco to realize that while you were gone, a note of a single-purpose rose has been placed on your desk. The note was simple. It was from Prince Zarad telling you to meet him at the gardens next to the gazebo at sunset for your stargazing date. You didn't take long to get ready, and after the evening you had, you were looking forward to some cool, fresh air and, hopefully, easy company. Prince Zarad was famous for his womanizing ways, which surely meant that he would be able to make the evening peacefully enjoyable, especially since he was sure to be on his best behavior. As the sky starts to turn to dusk, filled with the vibrant colors that painted the sky only twice a day, you made your way outside. A small, brisk wind makes you huddle a little into your dress, feeling the slight chill of the night air. You reach the appointed spot, but Prince Zarad is nowhere to be seen. Since the piece is a nice change and the view is quite breathtaking, you settle in to wait happily enough, but the scenery captures enough of your attention that when someone speaks from behind you, you nearly jump out of your skin. "Good evening, Lady Frammy. How positively surprising to find you outside alone. Have you been abandoned, or merely enjoying the view?" "Lady Azalyne, good evening. I'm waiting for someone." "Well, how positively unkind letting a fine lady such as yourself wait. If you point them out, I shall be happy to reprimand them for you." Feeling, as always, a little overwhelmed by the pure force that was Lady Azalyne, you smile and murmur your thanks. "By happy coincidence, I'm already waiting to meet up with someone. A certain charmer with quite a reputation from Corval, as it happens."
Ooh.
Oh, there was only one person matching that description, and he was the person you were supposed to meet. Was there some sort of mistake? Had Prince Zarad invited you both and not bothered to tell either one of you? There was no point in wondering about all sorts of nonsensical scenarios. The truth would end up being the truth, and wondering about it wouldn't change anything. You couldn't stop your mind from conjuring all sorts of possible explanations and scenarios, from the plausible to the completely ridiculous to the actually impossible. Secret demon-possessed twin, anyone?
Sounds like something from Supernatural.
So which one should
Not that
we
I've ever
choose?
seen it.
No, I haven't either.
How logical do you think we are?
We're fairly logical, I guess. Maybe.
I mean, it's down to you, my dude.
Aw,
I'm leaving
man.
this one on you. I'll do a
I'm
second.
going with the first one, then.
Excellent, because that's what I was hoping you'd say.
There's no reason to assume the worst. In fact, knowing Lady Azalyne, there's plenty of reason to assume that she is deliberately misleading you, simply because she can. She didn't say that she was meeting up with Prince Zarad. She just said that she was meeting someone from Corval. Just because she phrased it in a way intended to make you leap to conclusions didn't mean those conclusions were true. He might have a reputation as a flirt, but you don't think that Prince Zarad was so careless as to send an invitation and a second note by mistake, or as tactless as to invite two young ladies to the same gathering and not mention them to one another. No, this must be Lady Azalyne's doing. Perhaps it was her idea of a joke, or maybe it was a test. In either way, you weren't going to let her ruin any more of your evening. You smile at her brightly. "There must be something in the air tonight, Lady Azalyne, for I am also waiting for a charming man from Corval. Prince Zarad should be here any moment. I hope you have as an enjoyable an evening as I intend to. Good night." Lady Azalyne blinks innocently at you, but gives you an approving smile as she curtsies farewell and moves towards the castle.
What was that about?
You twirl around to see Prince Zarad lounging in the shadows, his back against the gazebo wall. "Lady Azalyne was just telling me about her appointment with a charming flirt from Corval. There must be something in the water for one nation to produce so many." The prince smiles at you approvingly. "I hope your excuse for keeping me waiting wasn't so that you could lurk in the shadows spying on the passers-by."
As tempting an activity as that sounds, no. As a matter of fact, I got here just as Lady Azalyne was baring her fangs. I apologize for being late. Inexcusable to keep such a delightful lady waiting. I am grateful that no one has taken advantage of my mistake and stolen you away.
I keep my appointments, Prince Zarad, even if they are running late. He grins and accepts your gentle reprimand with appreciation.
That's right, Lady Fremi. It's too early in our relationship for you to start letting me get away with things. So, I suppose I will simply have to make it up to you. I can start by promising you the wait is worth it in the view alone. Shall we go? And also, my nipples feel breezy.
My nipples look like milk duds. Sorry. He leads you through the gardens to a semi-secluded spot where a blanket is already on the grass and urges you to take a seat. By now the sun has finished its brilliant descent, and you can see the twinkling of many bright stars. It is strange, your kingdom isn't actually that far from the Isle, but you would swear that not only is the night sky brighter, but the view and the stars themselves are different.
Beautiful, isn't it?
If you are about to say but not as beautiful as you or something similar, please stop now. I don't know, it makes me feel lonely, especially since it's so different from home. Ah, I see. It's not just potential conquests you shower your flattery and praise, but the sky as well. It's just the sky. You can see it every night. This is your choice.
I kind of like the top one because it's funny, but I also kind of like the third one.
Yeah? Okay. So which
Seems
one
a
you
bit
want?
flirty. Let's go with the third one.
Third? Okay.
Because
Alright.
we're eloquent-ish.
Yeah.
We're flirty. We're clever.
We got this. He smirks teasingly.
Ah, you wound me, fair lady, by implying my intentions are anything less than pure. I fully intend to honor any promises I make the night sky. Oh, are you jealous? Don't be concerned, Lady Fremi. My heart is large enough for both you and the sky.
And, if the rumors are to be believed, at least 100 other gullible ladies.
100? You give me so much credit, how flattering.
Since you have so much practice giving false compliments, it is no wonder you are so skilled at arranging them for yourself as well.
False? And just because I find much to admire in those around me, I've automatically become a liar.
If you are a liar, it's not because you are full of admiration, Your Highness. He breaks into a pleased low chuckle, which, so near to your ear, you can feel raising the hair along your arms. It is dangerous, that laugh.
Ha ha ha.
He laughs like a freaking donkey.
Like, what's-her-face from Monsters, Inc. I'm
Oh.
watching you, Frammy.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Ah, it has been so long since anyone has been able to keep up with me so well. You are a marvel, Lady Frami. I suspect you would fit right in at the Corval Court.
From the rumors I hear of the Corval Court, I'm not entirely sure that is a compliment.
You wound me, beautiful lady.
Then, with an easy smile to show he didn't mean it, he collapses back against the blanket, arms widely outstretched to stare at the sky, a distracted look creeping over his face. He definitely isn't behaving in a manner that is appropriate for his station or your situation, and certainly not considering the pair of you barely know each other. It's unusual, but you consider yourself adaptable enough to roll with the punches, so to speak. If it came to actual punches, you aren't confident you would do so well. There's something about Prince Zarad that makes you think him a capable fighter.
Our defense is awful. It
Oh, yeah.
really is.
He changes his gaze from the sky and instead looks straight up into your face. Catching you mid-stare, he grins lazily and sends you a quick wink.
Enjoying the view?
Is there any reason I shouldn't be? Oh, sorry, I was merely contemplating if madness runs in the families. I really think I should go, not particularly, but I can bring you a mirror if you want a properly appreciative audience.
Damn.
I can't decide between the second and the fourth.
I think the fourth one's the flirty one he'd want. He seems like someone who's up for a bit of playful bants, yo.
Yeah, I think so. I like that fourth one. I'm going with that one, I think.
absolute madman.
Yes. Got it. His mouth twitches and slowly spreads into an approving smile.
But forgive me, Lady Frami, for unlike others, I am not content with simply collecting my own admiration.
I do not think you would be content with the admiration of 1,000 swooning ladies. He smiles dangerously.
Perhaps it is not admiration that is my goal.
I should hope not. For if it was, you are certainly going about it in a very roundabout way. He turns his gaze back to the sky, but not before you see the mirth and delight dancing in his eyes. Oh. Prince Arad pats the blanket next to him.
Omelette de fromage. Come, Lady Frami. You should also make yourself comfortable and look at the sky from the proper position.
You stare at the indicated space, which would put you lying down right next to him, and with nowhere to put your head that isn't either on the open grass or on his outstretched arm, and frown. Even if you were tempted by such an offer, you knew that being caught in a position so compromising with a man you barely knew would quite possibly ruin any chance you had at respectfully and respect... What? Okay, during the summit. Thank you for your kind offer, but I feel my current position is the best one.
Looking down on me, you mean?
You decide that the best possible answer to that is a raised eyebrow and a blank stare.
Fine, I concede, if not defeat, at least an equal match. And as delightful as dueling a properly armed opponent has been, I suppose it wouldn't kill us to talk of something of substance.
I'm not sure. It might kill you, I mean. He laughs.
Well, yes, it's my understanding that you can't properly get to know someone if you don't ever talk about anything that matters.
Ah, what a dangerous confession. Do you want to get to know me then, properly?
Would it surprise you if I could honestly answer that question yes?
It might, if that were actually an answer and not a hypothetical.
If I admit surrender, would you allow me to talk seriously?
All that is required to talk seriously is to talk of a serious subject. He smiles and props himself up on his elbows, looking at you with an intent look that is, for once, deadly serious.
I know many people from both of our respective nations that would be besides themselves to see us getting along so well. A lady pirate and a scoundrel prince from two competing nations. A pretty pair we make, I think.
If I cared what other people thought about what I did, I couldn't very well be a pirate now, could I? He breaks out into laughter.
I'm not doing it again. I wish I could agree. Unfortunately, such a sentiment is less true for me than I would like.
Oh, are you intent on defending your nation's honor then?
What do you propose? A duel?
You make a face. Duels are so predictable. How about a drinking contest instead?
I can honestly say that this is the first time I have been invited to have a drinking contest by a pretty girl.
Obviously, you haven't spent much time in Heist.
Do you think I would survive there, despite everything?
One benefit of going to Heist is that generally we don't care about everything. We just care about who you are in the now. I'm not sure. I'd have to see how you do in our drinking contest before I could say, oh, is that an invitation? Do you want me to kidnap you and find out? Ooh, I like all of them!
Who chose last?
I think I did, so I think it's you.
I think we need to drink him under the table so he knows who he's dealing with, and that we ain't gonna be just submissive. He's gonna be our bitch.
So you want to go with the second one?
Yes.
Alright, second one it is.
Someday, perhaps, I will take you up on that. Unfortunately, for all our sakes, today had best not be that day.
I had a feeling you were too prideful to lose. When you feel more prepared, I will accept your challenge at any time.
If some of the nobles of Corval heard this conversation, I think they may very well burst into literal piles of indignation.
What are pirates good for if not causing death by indignation? And, well, the affairs of the world will still be here for us to worry about tomorrow. There's no reason they should stop us from enjoying tonight.
Thank you. It was nice to forget for even a few minutes about the weighty matters of the future and the world. Still, we best not chance any spontaneous explosions if anyone were to hear us talking of something else. Ah, there's that look again. You disapprove of me.
I'm not sure there's many people who would approve of you. At least the you bother to show people.
Oh? And what if what I show people is all there is to see? That underneath the surface, there is just more surface?
Somehow I seriously doubt it.
Really? Then what do you think I'm hiding? I'm always curious of the true opinions of fair damsels.
Not sure yet, but I would be happy to get to know you better and find out. I think you are very hard to get to know. Maybe you are right, and you are just one big pit of buried surface. I don't like that.
This is on you, dude.
Oh no! Let's go with the first one. I like getting to know him. He's fun.
Wink!
He laughs agreeably.
I suppose it is my lucky day to have someone so charming promise to throw herself at me.
That's not what I said.
Barker.
He completely ignores your protests.
Yes, I think I shall prove as inscrutable as possible, if only to encourage you to try and uncover my true nature at every opportunity.
You are impossible.
Truly? What a disappointment I must to... Wait, what? What a disappointment I must to my other if my existence simply cannot be logically sustained.
Yeah, close enough. I don't know what they were going for there, but alright. For a moment, he isn't as quick to tease, joke, or flirt. Instead, he looks up at the sky, his profile serious. But as quickly as it came, the moment is gone, and he jumps to his feet, offering you a hand up.
The night has grown ever darker and chillier. Sadly, it seems our time together has come to an end.
Before you have a chance to protest, he grabs your hand and helps you to your feet.
At least, I hope you get some proper enjoyment out of this evening, Lady Fremy.
We didn't exactly spend much time watching the stars. He leans down and smiles deliberately slowly at you.
No, I was admiring a different view entirely.
Oh dear, you must be tired, Your Highness. You seem to have lost the ability to hold yourself upright or talk sense.
Oh, and you implying I normally talk sense? Such a shameless flatterer you are! Ah, look, your loyal watchdog has arrived to escort you back.
You turn to see Jasper standing near the entrance to the garden, the moonlight catching becomingly on his silver hair.
And look at the glare he is sending me. I think he's unhappy that I have kept his princess out past midnight. Alas, fair lady, I know when I am outmatched. Even the temptation of your company for a few more minutes is not worth dying in a duel with your ferocious butler. I must bid you adieu, and good night.
He takes your gloved hand in his and kisses it lightly, a flirtatious twinkle in his eye.
Until we meet again, fair lady. I hope you sleep well and dream of me.
But that's a contradiction, for if I manage one, I certainly shan't be doing the other.